And the last time we had 2 NA teams, Harry, if you want to go even further. With Liquid and Cloud9 making it there, of course, and Complexity now got the world against them as Outsiders sit pretty with a map in the pocket, their opponent's pick, and Overpass, which has just been such a difficult map to take down the Outsiders on. Fnatic managed it here at Katowice. Mouse took it once over in Rio, but otherwise, this has been a solid run for the Outsiders in the last 6 months. 7-2-2. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, this is the first time Cole have even faced in this form the Outsiders, and in Cole's own form as well. Almost a year since the organizations took each other on. But James does not forget. James does not forgive. They crunch it and close in overtime, and they come in cautious to the T side of Overpass.
Yeah, a slow burning pistol round here, but they have made it all the way up the connector and through the short side and the toilets. Now it gets spotted by JT in the sight. Flashes start to stream in over the top, leaving him blind. Another one to supplement this push. JT out of ammo and locked out of the round. Everyone else from Cole starting to scramble up these stairs. hallzerk still on an island over towards Long, and Outsiders are ready for him here.
Oh, they know, but they don't chase it. They just run back to toilets. Fame has to be aware, but everyone else has that bomb in mind. hallzerk moves in. He's seen his back. They know Kickett's cutting them off as they try and cross in from CT. Remember, with that bomb on truck, Cole can get right on it. Grim's got the kit. He's hunting. He's going for kills. He needs to get on the stick, and he has a bit of cover. Floppy trying to dance with death. Grim knocked off the bomb, and Floppy no chance here in the 1-on-3. They chase him. They run right forward, and Chiron is there to close. Awkward round for Complexity, but how much room do Outsiders get up on that A site? They don't even get spotted till they're already in front toilet. And they make it work in the post plant despite a very scary bomb plant position. If you win pistol on Overpass, CT's taking a full eco is a really good call, because on a very CT-sided map like this, getting a 3-0 lead, for example, man, that can be half your half, done instantly. Cole want to minimize the freebies they give away. Kicker lobbing everything into B. His team will be joining him. Cole, they don't even have a flash to make this swing. If anything, that might do them a favor. All appearing together as Outsiders sneak through Monster Tunnel.
Oh yeah, there's the swing. The Pistols get a handful of frags, but it will be an Outsiders round. Chiron with 4.
He's been sick. Let's talk about Chiron again, Harry. I can't get enough of this guy, right? Obviously coming straight from an academy team into this roster. Not straight, but his debut really at a decent level in Spirit Academy, getting a game here or there in Spirit. Even leaving Aurora, another CIS roster that's been making waves recently for this opportunity to play under James.
And I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? James kind of always batted in this guy's corner. Even made him his bold prediction. He's always been a Chiron believer.
Now, he's a Chiron achiever.
Yeah, you know, it's very cool. I like that they're giving him a lot of freedom here. That was clear in the Kicker interview. I've memed on it a few times, right? That quote of like, yeah, we brought him in to just get headshots and take space. But like, hell, that is this guy's speciality, right? At top of that as well, he's a very identifiable player. He's kind of the hype man of Outsiders. I think that's fair to say. The one who's going to show the most emotion. He always did. Even back in the Academy League, was always very animated. On top of that, you can instantly tell if you're dealing with Chiron based on how he sat at his computer. He's always had the gamer posture, the goblin posture, the goblin king of Outsiders. This round up against the full investment though, and a very, very light, you know, not even buy, just bonus round from the Outsiders. James even rocking a P250, and that's it.
Oi, oi.
Fang has found this timing. He spots them. in the bathrooms, but it's not the A play. So this man in Connector, his time's getting wasted right now, hunting down this kill onto Fame, while the B site falls into enemy hands. At least he gets it. At least Fang picks that up and carves a path into the 3-on-3. Considering Outsiders come into this round with next to nothing, really. If they win it, that is heartbreak for Complexity. That's his first rifle round falling on deaf ears. Yeah. So they really need this. They were not up against a lot.
They're going to hear this. They know the flank's coming in. James can't take the fight, but I guarantee they've heard something. James now gets a spot, and he gets out of dodge. Fang is just here to stop him from escaping after the plant. But there's no way the Cole can win without a kit, I think. James and Chiron ready to receive, and Cole, it connects in the head. They know what's up. They've got to go and give it to Outsiders. A third round, and that bonus, like you said, was so weak, so
That's
minimal.
like one of the weakest bonus rounds I've seen a team play, right? They had 2 rifles in it. They had a MAC-10, a P250. It was borderline nothing. That's like a bad 4-spy is how that was looking.
Yeah.
And they managed to find the round with it. That's so lucrative for the Outsiders.
I think it's a very different round if Fang gets that kill quicker, but he just got unlucky on timing, saw Fame creep into toilet, and he didn't want to rush that kill in case there was more to it. So he walks him down and then has to full flank T-spawn. James has short control for the post-plant. There's no kit for Cole. They've got an orb. All these reasons shut them out of the round. And Outsiders, a nice, easy, early B crunch will put them on the board further. Boosting the rifle at B. Grim sees some feet, but he won't get that kill. And you can see the frustration even in Grim that he couldn't convert that. He knew that was an opportunity, and you don't get many. When you're in a round like this, you need that 5-on-4. hallzerk, Orping Monster. Deep peeks. Oh my god, James is so aware, and his AWP knocks him out of the round. Floppy's going to grab it. Can be cycled over. Outsiders still in no hurry with this advantage, and now all the util gone from Complexity. Yes, the rifles are together. That is the only hope, though. Heaven smoke on the fly for James as well. They might just be going through.
As this first point of contact reacts only when that flash comes in. The timing's perfect on it. This is a mow down from Kicker. Perfectly set up by that flashbang over the top. And just Fang remains now. B site lost, A site lost too. Nowhere is safe, nothing is given. The Deagle comes out with 1, but it won't go any further.
James already getting involved in a lot more kills here in this map, where he was very passive on T-side. Anubis didn't really see him get up to all too much, was saving a lot in CT. Bottom performer, at least in the kills for his team, which wasn't necessarily a big problem. But right now, setting up his squad for success. Found that opener, lobbed the triple nade set into B, and Kicker eviscerates the defense. They're both rifles together, and they barely make a dent. Now another full buy at least for Complexity. I can't say I'm surprised to see Outsiders rip roaring at the start of this T-half. They know by logging out that Anubis overtime. And this is their game to win now. Their playoff spot to secure. Complexity are going to have to play the best CS they've played all tournament. And that's saying something, because we've just seen such a great run for Complexity here. I don't think many people were ready for even their difficult closer to Ents back in playing. And they did right by it. They didn't waste that opportunity they got by getting into the group stage. Eliminated 2 more squads. Fang, oh, he has to go forward, but he might get out alive. That nade should be the kill. He's a dead man, but so is Flit.
James doesn't trade this.
He's respected enough. That's insane. Fang is allowed to walk away.
Dude, that's wild. I know, James, you know, we know he loves staying alive, but my goodness.
Yeah, that should have been a trade.
Flash in middle, and Fang gets his revenge. Kicker will trade that out at least. Fame still in the round, still in the picture with an aggro push up the short side. hallzerk's not spotted him yet, but now he's got that info. Gonna fall back, go through the motions with this AWP. At this point, Complexity can just wait. They can set up in the 3v2 for a retake, plant a truck.
Again.
It's a tricky post-plant to play around.
Oh, he jumped the orb.
This time there is the kit. It's on Grim. Out from truck, kicker is deleted, and now it's Grim to cross onto truck with that kit. If he gets on the bomb, there's very little Fame can do, and he knows it.
Yeah,
he can't win this round.
Get the orb.
So we'll go back to mid, grab that AWP for his leader. Complexity find their way to a first, and in no small part due to Fang's heroics down in the connector.
You know that they were expecting a lot more con control in that round, not just because James doesn't chase his trade kill when he should, but also because they're so paranoid of that flank in the 2-on-3 that they plant truck, not con, and it causes them to lose the round. There was no con flank, there was no backstab after they traded JT. So surprising to see that self-doubt for outsiders. But Complexity will take it every day of the week. Nice start for James. This time wins his battle in connector. Removes the AWP on the other team. Fang knows that now with no con, he's got to move out of position. 5-on-4 though for outsiders nonetheless, as they roam the top site. And well, they don't know yet. This is such a gamble for Complexity. Moving a fourth player into B, completely conceding that top site. Outsiders right now are looking like they want to play into this. But I have a horrifying feeling that even with every player of Complexity together, outsiders still have a shot.
Kicker has even been able to walk up, tuck himself in at the sandbags.
Ooh.
Gone all the way back over towards Monster.
Cheeky.
Floppy with some aggression, spots the bomb.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Floppy wrestles with that A4, but is good for 3. A hat trick in the round. And he puts a stop to the B play with the bomb drop back at barrels. Flit and Fame worlds apart on this one, and only 30 seconds left. There shouldn't be a doable round for the outsiders. Floppy could risk giving away a kill here. Alternatively, he might add to these stats even more. Knife out, and they were not ready for him. It's just Flit left standing, and another save out of there.
Get my orb.
Lovely from Floppy.
I can't believe he kills James there as well, right? Like, James the guy, remember that previous... Oh, he's going to take it? Yeah. Remember that previous B hit with Kicker coming out Monster? It was James throwing Heaven Smoke, Molly Barrel, and the God Flash to get those 2 rifles in B blind, and Kicker finds 3 kills on an entry. James lining up, I imagine, a similar or same util set, and this entry for Floppy, not traded by Kicker. He waits to peek with Chiron, and they both go down. Ridiculous round for Floppy. B-stack pays off there for Complexity, even though only 1 man was required. In a game like this, you have to make gambles. So nice to see Complexity willing to call them. There's nothing more paranoid than leaving a bomb site open.
Dude, I mean, those rounds are the hardest to pull back versus the outsiders, right? When you've lost a man early in that big silence that they like to leave in 5v4s, that's what makes the push from Floppy so impressive, so ballsy. Another battle down in the connector again. A lot of onus being put on this in the last couple of rounds. Fang and Grim playing it together. Door's been blown off as well, so even a chance that they can help out if this does end up down towards that lower site. The initial look doesn't feel like it's going to. Instead, it's a bit of a mid-take here out of the outsiders. hallzerk floating around with the AWP.
Oh!
And Molly displaces him at a very awkward timing. Thankfully, Grim down in the connector is going to bail him out. Fame crossing has found a bit of a gap here as they attempt to trade Grim. Fang should have his back. Oh, dear. It nearly gets away from them, but Fang will be there to get it in time.
Cole have survived so many fights they shouldn't in this game. From Fang and Con, now Grim. hallzerk even sitting in front of that Molotov, allowed to get back to the bomb site.
hallzerk is alone over on A there, right? This is a lot of resources in Connector, and they've all had to leave and go back on a lengthy rotate. That swing will see hallzerk fall, but with only 20 seconds left, it's another save round from the outsiders.
James want to go hunting, perhaps? He's got no armor, so he'd rather have Kickit save with the orb. James is going to try and plant. He will get killed. There's 2 players here. They're not going to let that happen, James. But at least he forces his death, giving himself the loss bonus. That's actually a smart play. James knows he's not trying to fight, because if he kills someone and then survives, he still survives with no armor and no money for the next. So by playing with the bomb out, he forces them to kill him and gets the loss bonus. Looks silly, but it's all part of the master plan for outsiders, which is give me back that orb kicker. That's mine. You were only borrowing. Still though, Cole coming alive after what looked like a very strong start for outsiders. Floppy's multi-kill at B, and now they're building off of it. More pistols for this T-half, as James needs to be getting involved in openers. Patient, but hallzerk won't make that same mistake twice. This long toilet, even that is very dangerous. hallzerk will eventually have to fall back into A, so they don't have any mid info, any con control. But outsiders are indeed very patient. hallzerk still has this cross. Opening shot, but he can either flash back in or retreat. It will be the latter, and as long as outsiders have pushed him back to the bomb site, that's enough for them, they think. Bombs outside of B. With con control, they can drop back late, or Kickit will come to join them, and so he shall. Gonna go for this A attack. hallzerk, gotta be careful with James. Just left that angle. That is a James kill if hallzerk goes any earlier. But now he's got it on lock.
He's got his attention divided between the bathrooms and the run-up short, though. And he was alone in the A-hold. A second AWP gained. Chiron with it on the entries. Fang, that's an awkward flash. It wrecks him over the top. Flit fully blinds the rotating players. And so with next to nothing, the round comes together for outsiders. It's not even like James AWP did anything there.
Yeah.
That was just the pistols every step of the way.
And hallzerk doesn't want to play long or jump spot dice and get AWP'd, because he knows that AWP is the only thing outsiders have. So he's trying to play positions where James won't be, right? Yeah, sure, he takes that con angle that's dangerous, but he goes for a toilets fight. The AWP shouldn't be in toilets scoping on that line, but because he walks in, they are ready with deagles, and that one tap for fame is enough to just give them full control. He was too far forward to be a solo player. And they might even hunt these kills at the end. Cole don't have the money, they can't afford these casualties. JT, he dies. Floppy trades, but JT's out. So they save one gun.
James the Redeemer.
Yeah.
So saw how he was posed just there?
No, I was looking at the kills that we didn't see. But Complexity at least can buy up around it. Or was he doing the double fist bump where he puts both his arms out?
He was doing the double fist bump?
Yeah. He puts them out with like hands up and lets people just slap him, doesn't he, usually?
Oh, dude, I can't get over how that feels like, you know, that's rough. They try to run through the dumpster smoke. It's a move that for me was always really associated with the current Cloud9 team. They love that on Overpass, coming through the dumpster smoke, trying to use it against them. But coupled with that flash from the outsiders and the pistols, feeling like they had nothing to lose, really, already spilling up into the site. It was one step too far. Now the money is on the line for Complexity, and at this point, Outsiders are on the verge of putting up a great T-side already. They win this round and go 6-3 up. There's nothing for Complexity in the next.
This is just such an annoying T-side to play against because so many of your options as CT are aggressive moves, right? Especially on A, like taking mid with Molotov, climbing up party, doing like double long pushes. But Outsiders are the perfect team to remedy this. They are so late at even getting out into playground, for example. Fang wide in connector and Flip beats him to the punch. Cole really want to force these early kills, but Outsiders will not give them the satisfaction. And a round, again, where hallzerk is solo A, gives a huge gap. And of course, James managed to find it. Moving all the way up long right now. There was a flash thrown for Fame. So hallzerk knows they're up long, but ooh. He saw a player. And he didn't want to move away, not yet. Molly makes him decide, and he commits to it. Nice kill for hallzerk. Got to care long, though. Still getting played with as they drop back down into B. JT gets that kill, and that's going to change the game as well. Fame is so far away. Kicker's out Monster all on his own. He knows they're short, but does he know about the pit? Doesn't matter. Hits the flick. Grim over the top on the boost, and they're ready for it. Kicker is so aware on these B entries, and hallzerk has missed his chance to drop the bomb.
Yeah, that would have been a golden opportunity to rescue this round, to return the 2v2. Fame wraps the short player at JT. hallzerk could still win this. Catches the bomb crossing. They don't have time to plot anymore. hallzerk, it's daylight robbery. He stole this one away. One kill in the right place at the right time, and out of nowhere, Complexity are the ones to win that round.
Oh my goodness, it felt like he'd missed his opportunity, but James was stuck behind the pillar the entire time, and his team couldn't get there. Fame was so late on that con flank. And so James just had to risk the cross, and with the shot getting hit, that is all that matters.
Okay, this needs to be the second win for Complexity. A round like that does not come by often. And now you've got to start a streak. You've got to start amassing a CT side that you can be proud of. Because if you don't do the legwork in this first half, it's going to be real hard in the second. That has to inspire the troops. Fang, over in mid, sinks his teeth into Fame. And an early man advantage picked up for the Complexity squad. Outsiders, a lot waited on these opening duels, and they come up short all over again. Fang gets out at 1 HP. Gonna try and put Kicker and Chiron to use out of Monster, teeing them up with flashbangs. Kicker, the usual entry man down at B, falls. Chiron, head on a swivel, has found one, but there's still more where that came from. Grim getting walked on, was not ready for Chiron.
It's boozed.
James throwing him the bomb. Now Chiron taking the odd routing back. Will have a chance to get this bomb planted. The boost is assembled. That's been heard as well, or at least it should have been. They know that at least two are coming from the short side right now.
Chiron, he can get wallbanged here. He's got to be careful. That flash won't get him. He sees it coming. He knows they're pushing through. Hits a perfect headshot and dies through the wallbang. James now needs both. Now he knows. Kill feed will tell him the full story. hallzerk's walking out and James nails the shot. 1v2 clutch for the captain. Puts up another. Him and Chiron combine on the B site, and Outsiders win a crucial round. A money breaker.
A 2v5. That's wild. That's going to hurt. And what a redemption story for James in that moment as well, right? From falling down in the 3v1 last round of hallzerk to walking this 1v2 over the line.
What a relief.
It's a great return to form. And yeah, the frustration, that is real. hallzerk, angry after that one gets away from Complexity.
He's had his opportunities, hasn't he? He's had a couple of repeats that have cost Complexity entire rounds as a solo A player. Those feel the worst.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is the pressure of this game, what it means to Complexity, what it means to these individuals to have a chance to make it to the spot. Like, feeling like you were so close only to have it stripped away by the Outsiders. And You know, we're getting glimpses into the mental, into where the heads are at for Complexity. It's an overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
Coming as close as this, but then having the outsiders winning out rounds like that on their map pick, this is already a great T-side, right? This is already a T-side you could be more than happy with, and it's got the potential to get even sweeter here.
Just after such a long fight through this lower bracket as well, when you know there's only one spot available, when you've had to defeat more proven teams, 2 top 8 major teams from Rio, but it's the big bad final boss. The champions that Cole might be not ready for. JT, he's now here to assist A, but he needs assistance himself. Everyone running that rotate up. Outsiders a bit of a faster round here, and the kills come to them. They always do. James finds a way, magnetized into this A site. The AWP has a homing missile inside of it. Cole do get out in front of the truck. 2 players here, but these rifles should be fine to win the fight. hallzerk gets a kill. A couple of swaps back and forth to send the MAC-10 in.
They're aggroing.
The force fight. MAC-10 tears them to bits, and Fame will fall, but he's done his job. Just Grim runs away, tries to read this rotation. He's done it well. They have taken space, but they hear this on the top site as well.
Yeah, Flitz just called, like, mate, he's dropped down lower.
Oh.
And even though he comes close to besting Kicker in a clash of pistols down on B, he was never going to win that clutch. He was never going to win that round.
Kicker drop his gun?
No, he eco'd.
Oh, okay.
Another one where they're just focusing on the long game, right? James made that call twice now of playing pistol into these low econ rounds.
They just know because of how slow they play, they're not like running full executes out B together, that if a player gets picked, they can just swap over guns, right? Throw the AWP over to someone else, pick up one of the 3 rifles in play. It's a very, you know, economically wise way to play. And Cole can't really get aggressive to punish it because of this AWP.
I mean, dude, James always been super smart when it comes to the economic side of the game. It's one of the big reasons why outsiders are hard to close against.
I love that as well. Kicker waits, rather he goes in, he gets a kill, then he waits for the flash, and so Complexity swing off that first kill knowing Kicker's close, but then they're full blind as they commit. It's like the perfect timing for outsiders. It couldn't have gone better. And look at them peeling back as the pistols run at them. They deny every single frag. 4 from Kicker. 16 and 6 on this guy. This was the weak performer back on Anubis. Now he's leading the charge. How many rounds has Kicker multi-kill entry B?
Dude, this game especially, this map especially, is showcasing why James, you know, earned that little nickname of the accountant, right? He's done such a good job of teeing outsiders up. You're in this position now where your money is, I don't want to say unbreakable. Yeah, it's unbreakable, really. You know, so much cash split between this T side means that for Complexity, they will never get respite from the outsiders. They will always be there nipping at your heels every step of the way. Even if you find a round here, there's guns coming out till the end of the half. And that's a big problem. And this is all thanks to some of these little decisions earlier in the game. It didn't feel like a huge deal at the time. Playing P250, I think, twice now on this T side. Having someone just bank up that much more money as a result. Even how they play versus the USPs to maximize the number of players surviving. That was a 5 alive anti-eco round. No one masters the money in this game the same way that outsiders do. And it's such a big part of why this team, combined with their resilience, remain competitive in every game, no matter the scoreline. That's a lovely kill for Grim. There's no accounting for that if you're Jade. No amount of moving 1s and 0s around was going to save you there.
He's going to write it off on his taxes anyway. 1 AWP unused. And I'll be interested to see how outsiders manage this round now in a 4-on-5 without the AWP. I mean, the amount of raw entry power now left in this roster should be more than enough. Nades. They're nice. And outsiders, Kicker and Chiron, have kicked down this B bomb site door every single time, but this setup looks sick right now for Cole. The Orb taking contact. If you try and dry peek this B site, that's a free kill for hallzerk. No one's lining up flashes. Flit's going to finally get them out, but Chiron takes that first shot, and hallzerk hits it. A little more as the flash comes in. hallzerk's good for 2. Orb anchoring B to better results than when we've seen him on this top site. And that might just call the save again for Outsiders. There's an Orb somewhere. James begging you to take it, Flit. And you don't even mind it, because with this T side already fielding 8 rounds, they've got full control of this game. We haven't even talked about what Outsiders can show us on defense on this map. I mentioned that heroic Outsiders Grand Final on Overpass. It started with a 12-3 CT side. They certainly aren't going to be worried with 8 already locked in and more to find. Complexity trying to pick up their heels, trying to feast on scraps.
Yeah, and you know who you're up against. You know the reputation that this team has, and all that is coursing through your mind. The idea that every round you get, sure, it's a step in the right direction, but it's the ones that have already passed you by that do you in the long run. Rim tries his hand at the spam again. But they're not going to fall for it this time. Well, Flip makes it by.
That was a part of what I talked about earlier, right? Like how you want to try and find openers on CT, how you want to make aggressive plays, but you can't take party, you can't take play round. Outsiders won't let you. And so boosts on B or wallbangs are probably your best way to get opening kills. They're going to go for the latter, boost up. The molly below, it forces any player out. There's no one there right now. Outsiders don't even have short water.
Yeah, the Outsiders have this incredible ability to completely change the way a game of Counter-Strike, a map of Counter-Strike is played.
Oh, they're walking out B, but hallzerk on the pillar. He has been a pillar of consistency in this position. Second opening kill for hallzerk here. 5 on 3 now. Outsiders, there's almost no reason to save, but the money is good as it is. So they're just going to pop Monster. James is far out, and that gets denied by a smoke. So James got to find this opening kill on top site. Fang has been extremely patient, but as I say that, he goes for a swing on A. James mollies him out.
Oh, they're rotating a player away.
20 seconds, he's been good though.
Floppy needs this double. If he falls, the B site is in peril. It's in jeopardy, luckily enough. Oh, they might be past him, but he turns on a dime. And with that complexity, they managed to find this round. James, far too far removed, just saving the AWP. And it's Floppy with some heroics in the smoke.
That's a 3K round, and we remember the 4K round earlier when he went through Monster and killed James lining up a BXX. Outsiders have been scared out of B by Floppy. And Complexity, you've got to give it to them. The resilience to still be fighting here with all the Outsiders are throwing at you. I love the change to start to put hallzerk on this B bomb site. He's not been missing a beat there, and he was leaving a lot of gaps open on A. Fangs had to fill that void. Maybe we do have an actual A round here for Outsiders where they work mid as a unit, because we've not seen them take toilets since their last eco, or half buy. hallzerk's here as well. Fang's ready to swing at a moment's notice, and Cole have seemingly got the same read. They've got 3 strong on this A site.
Yeah, JT might be struggling individually, but he's cooked up a good call in this round. Fang over at long. That was the chance at the opener, but it's the one that got away. James will be the guy finding a 5v4 to open up round 15 for the Outsiders, and this is where they get real tricky. You do get handed a chance at the equalizer. That is huge, really, if you're Complexity. It can be so hard to play these 4v5s out versus this team. Normally, they do not give you that equalizer till the hit is coming in. That's a bit of a leg to stand on here for Cole, but now they've got to stick the landing.
Yeah, and they know what's going on. Grim's already begun his rotation down to this B-bomb site. He's got a nade as well, ready to go out. 30, almost 5 seconds for Outsiders. And are they really going to change their tune right at that bitter end? James looks for a B pick while the bomb walks up connector. It's again up to hallzerk on this top site. Can James sell anything? He's firing shots, he's firing blanks, he's trying to keep Cole here, but hallzerk, he has had problems on this top site. This round must be an exception.
Yeah, dropping off. hallzerk delivering. Double from the AWP, and with so little time left, he can decide it right now. Slamming desks moments ago, now slamming the hammer down. A is closed, and it's a split half. Complexity able to channel the energy, put 3 up to close that out, and now it's neck and neck.
That one will at least rattle around the brain here of G2, unless Hunter and m0NESY pull off a 2-on-4 situation.
There's grounds for it if m0NESY wants to, I was going to say clear into the site, but he'll throw the smoke out instead. Wants to mantle over and clear that pit.
Simple's coming.
And Simple will likely finish the job. m0NESY mantles up on towards the balcony, spots the retreat towards the apartments, and there's 8 for Na'Vi. Now, the run back, it's going to be laden with pitfalls. It's not going to be easy. You've managed to muster 3 T rounds. And now, perfection required. G2. I mean, to be returning to this map, we've seen G2 get the better of them, albeit in a variety of different ways.
Yeah, well, the most recent is pretty damning, isn't it? 14 rounds over 2 maps of play here, and now they're looking to hold them to a 16-8 scoreline. Just one more required, and well, now they know that the AWP is in play here. You see a different pace. They're coming real fast, but Simple onto Nico again.
Yeah, but a different result in the sense that G2 will leave with top banana, hooXi holding that. Perfecto dipping into the site, Electronic to rotate back, and looks like hooXi's calling for some setup.
Yeah, he wants a flash here. Likely the entry flash from m0NESY. This will give him the pick on towards CT spawn. And across. Oh,
and out.
Yeah, for a second. And now again, another one of these situations. And this time rounds, hooXi didn't get the trade back. It will be a 3-on-5. G2 traditionally do pretty well in these type of situations, but they don't have any site control. They don't have any space. They do have 2 smokes, 2 mollies, and a flash, however, and that sounds like the recipe for a nice little B execute.
Let's see if this recipe can cook up any trouble. Simple gonna immediately extinguish, which implies to G2 it's gonna be a bit of a head-on collision. m0NESY pulls the trigger first. Okay, Perfecto has to dip off that. Will they really expect a second in the same position? Perfecto reveals himself, needs frags, gets 1, quick trade. G2 are in. The bomb's not, though. On that CT smoke, m0NESY, hard clear and a good shot to NPL.
The Spot Echo waits for the winner of this matchup as Outsiders and Complexity rages on into the night. James, the accountant, is shaking the apple tree and fruit is falling from the sky. Are Complexity going to be concussed is the question going into their T side as Outsiders field 8 rounds on the T side of Overpass. That is damn well competitive. They were able to clutch it out in an overtime affair on Anubis, Complexity's map pick, and now in the home house of Outsiders, we start this second half.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very different T-side, or so you'd like to imagine here. Complexity remaining grouped to open this one. They want to try and take this con control, and they've been given it for free. JT, with all the util, has walked out mid. This is all the makings of the A play. Got a smoke for Dumpster to cut off some of these angles, flashes to send everyone else in.
Feels inevitable that this will be a retake and there's no kit, so James going to have to really thin the herd or completely give it up and come in on a quick 5v5 post-plant. That's like it, more like it for James. 1 kill, and he gets out into safety as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what Outsiders wanted, really, right? They were set up to play for this retake, but Complexity tried to change the game up by bringing the fight to them. Oh, Outsiders, they're used to a certain degree of respect in moments like this. The Complexity aren't having any of it. Bomb planted over at the truck, and everyone down at CT and Bank for Kicker. There should be an impossible task, and he knows it. He's out of there. Complexity, I do like that.
That's unbelievable.
That is such a ballsy call to come out of JT, right? Coming into this round, you know who you're up against. They take the opener. They're 5v4. So many teams give the respect to Outsiders in that moment to pick and choose when and where the next fight happens. But Cole full send with a flashbang. James was not expecting that. I think in his mind, he'd done enough to have Complexity paying their respects, to be doubtful.
And you have to, roll the dice. You have to make a crazy call like that if you want to win a round up against Outsiders who are made, who are born in these man advantage retake moments. Like we said, that was what James wanted. 5v4, have the site, have it. Well, Cole will go one step further. They will shock Outsiders in that pistol round. And hallzerk, who had his fair share of problems on the top site in the first half, he is leading the way. 3 kills on that round, 17 and 9. Keeping up the expert performance we've seen from the young Norwegian all tournament. All right, if Cole want to play that game, this might still be an interesting series yet. It still might be one with legs. Complexity.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of the big worries for me right now is a very underwhelming performance from Grim to open this one up. Now, we never really got to see too many enemies. I will say that's a bit of a caveat to go alongside it.
But yeah, it's T-side entering. You'd like to think he can get a little bit more activated here, right? He was a huge piece of that Anubis T-side towards B. Even started mid-lurking late in the game.
Well, on Anubis, kick out with a 5-7 was the reason that Outsiders upset the grain. But this time, well, it's a different story. He falls immediately, and Outsiders, they're going to call a save here. They're not even going to give this a look in.
That's a nice call. You're hoping that Kick and Smoke can buy a bit of respect. But dying instantly, not even doing damage. You want to play this force round again, so Outsiders give it up. And compare the fact that Outsiders are willing to force with how Cole knew we've got to maximize our CT side rounds in this game. They took a full eco when they lost pistol. 2 extremely differing styles on T sides. One very aggressive team, happy to run quick executes, versus the Outsiders who, oh, we've just seen their T side, can leave you scratching your head at times. But boy, does it work. With an 8-round T side, somehow Cole need to match or beat it. Seems like such a tall task, but they've taken 2 at least.
Yeah, if they do manage to grind a way back in, that's where this gets crazy. Because on first half alone, this should be written off for Cole. So it's going to take everything they've got to get back in. But it's not impossible.
Never is. Never will be. They've got no reason to do anything but believe. Flat rifles, 2 Famises, and a bit of a push to drop one of them. JT's had a quiet game, but it's a massive kill to keep the advantage. Will anyone be able to grab that gun? They're looking for it. They can't seem to find it. I think the nade, ooh, it's blown it out of anywhere. J-Raz is frantically looking for it right now. But it's gone. Lost in the source. Cole, they've got B short, and they can just... yeah, good luck. Nice catch, Jay. Nice catch. How the hell are you going to find that if you're outsiders? And now Cole, they've got everything outside of B. They're just going to pump and dump, lob it all in.
Yeah, and only 2 players here for outsiders. Kicker and Chiron have got their work cut out for them now. Just Kicker with the dualies, and they don't last long. Outsiders save again. It's another one of these quick B takes.
What's James saving? A flash and a 5-7.
That's 5 alive in both of these first rounds here. A really strong foundation for Complexity to try and build this T side up. They need all the help they can get. And so building up this early bank of money, ooh, that can be so worth it in the long run, especially when, you know, outsiders, they had to make concessions to start building up their T-side money. Col have done nothing of the sort, and they managed to get out with 10 alive in both these, you know, in the 2 opening rounds total.
It's great for early game, right? As we've already talked about with the money being such a big factor for outsiders. Yeah, Col need to count every penny they can. And for outsiders, I think it's going to be a comparison of the B sites, right? For last game, Kick at Chiron, the B anchors together, they were solid. They had a lot of multi-kill rounds. Chiron did not look concerned with holding that dark position, an integral part. Kick it had many multi-kills on main pushes. Outsiders need to make sure these 2 players stay reliable in this second map. If they want to stop some of the B executes, the Complexity are just going to keep running. Run them till they don't work. Cole come through yet again. 4 lower. Fang smokes mid-molly, throws his flashes, keeps attention on that top site. Even if you're not drawing rotates, you're making sure outsiders aren't comfortable enough to stack 4B. And that's enough. As Fang now comes back through T-spawn, sets up with his squad. He's actually holding rotates through Con. Perfectly fine. But as said, reliant on this 2-man B hold. Chiron back in CT. And you want to talk Grim having a tough time, Flit must also be in that conversation. 5 and 10. Time to test him.
Oh, it's good one and done.
Oop.
Flit moves in to lend a helping hand. And this one dies on the back of those entries not coming through. The B play written off here. Complexity still with time to play with. Gonna look for a solution to this problem. Assembling the boost. They could catch this pillar player, but hallzerk falling off. They won't have a chance at it. It's a real shame. Chiron keeps being open to the boost. If they pulled that in, that would have been the 3v3. A very unfortunate fall off. Flit waiting. Flash goes over the top. Good for another. USP tries his hand at hallzerk, but he can't take it. Now hallzerk all alone at the end of this one, and 3 players down lower for the outsiders. They won't let him back in.
Damn, he swapped off the AK to avoid reloading, and the Glil dinked that B player, so was within reach, but the rifle lets him down. And outsiders hold strong. Nice round out of Flit. He was the top fragger in the entire server last map alongside Grip. Both these players, the coldest and quietest here on Overpass, but he shuts out with a multi-kill on B. Even just winning those first fights stopped Complexity from fully committing, made them re-attack. And you can see they were uncomfortable there, trying to go off with the boost that didn't work. Then just late popping back in. James Orp over on long. Fame in the toilets. Ooh, Fame gets curious. Top of the boost, Fang finds a lot of damage. Just force Jane back into the bomb site. Doesn't fire on the flash, I like it. He knows that's not a kill. He wants this orb to be unknown.
Look at it though. Look at what Col are doing. They've really sold the idea that this was going to be a commitment, right? You've spotted the boost in mid. You saw util coming over. They've pulled 3 players, even a 4th man, kind of swinging around, hanging in the balance on a rotate.
Oh, not anymore.
But now they've called the bluff. This fast play back in a B, well, it was lacking the fast part. They come in very, very late, and it feels too obvious to the outsiders. They pull bodies down lower, but it doesn't make the task any easier. All the entries for complexity. And outsiders get dismantled. This wasn't close. This wasn't a round that they had anything, any moment where this looked winnable. It's how one-sided these rounds are that's giving me a lot of faith in complexity right now.
Yeah, I think the benefit of that fake there, even though, sure, outsiders call the bluff, they do pull 3 players back down lower. They Kicker never left. No one's set up for Monster. No one's wood. They don't have this double Monster setup that is so important on the B site of Overpass. Everyone's a little bit more passive than they would be as they're, filling the holes of the boat before it sinks. But complexity, they rock that boat. And they drown outsiders. 4 alive as well. Still trying to keep this money good, as they were early in the half after winning the pistol and denying those force buy attempts. Very nice little fake out. Even though we know that outsiders are a hard team to close about, they are certainly feeling the pressure here with the Spodek only minutes away. 3 timeouts used. Outsiders, they've been lock-ins to the playoffs of Katowice. In the last 2 years, both times. Even in a grand final. When it was online. It all felt so guaranteed. It all felt so meant to be, but Complexity are shaking up a storm right now in this series. Some very well put together T-side rounds. Now they're going to try some tricks. Attempts at picks with the nades. Won't do anything. But Cole don't want to be a one-trick pony. Keep outsiders guessing. An AWP for hallzerk this time is roaming around in the playground. But he's not going to find anything with how passive outsiders are yet again playing. This position for Kicker also very hard to flash. If you do a typical flash through the monster tunnel, it sometimes won't go deep enough because of his height. And also, it's kind of the last place you're looking.
Still, Complexity think they found a weakness. This B site has been their go-to time and time again. This round is no exception. All it takes is a tiny bit of util over at upper, and all the info is cut off for the outsiders. It's very reactive how they're having a play right now. Do they have that reaction? Chiron spammed out. Flit keeps this in their favor, but now he's all alone. Rotates moving down. James is here to lend a helping hand. Flit fixates on the monster and deals with hallzerk, leaving it all on floppy in the clutch. 30 seconds left to play with. Bomb on his back, and he wants to give this one.
No bomb.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I thought this was a crazy play. Like, if you had a minute on the clock,
yeah,
go full Cadian, go for the big flank.
I don't have my glasses
The Guardian move. No worries. We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you. It's done. It's a save.
Yeah, that's sad. There was a moment where I was really
why is he not planting?
Oh, what the hell,
why is he
Floppy?
not? What?
Right.
They're all B.
Outsiders with a 10th, and they finally repel the lower take.
It's more like it.
It's a good feeling. Big stuff between James and Flit.
Yeah, what a resurgence of Flit, right? Again, both, or not both, but 2 of the 3 B plays Cole have done in gun rounds. He is multi-killed, and he has put up a bit of a fight, so that's what we need here from Flit. Heavy hitter. Brought in to assist Yakinda, was left trying to fill his void. Now it's Complexity calling their 3rd timeout. 2 remain, 1 per team.
Yeah, this was really nice.
These are the positions you want, right? These positions, the 2 positions that get multi-kills in that round, are the positions they don't have after Cole run that A attack into the B fake. It pulls everyone so much further back towards Pit, towards Graffiti. That's why it's a lot easier for outsiders to hold the B site there.
And the timing from Flit was perfect to turn and check Monster. That only happens because Jame rotates down, takes up his short angle at the perfect second to allow that kill to come in. All right. Outsiders, that's one on the CT side. Have they got any more? If they win this next one, they're looking to leapfrog up into the lead. That's also another round where these nades have gone in early out of complexity but haven't found a thing.
I like that they do that on a AAA attack because it's going to look like they're heavy B, but that's not the case. And Jame finds out the easy way. He knows that was a run boost just by how hallzerk got there. What a crazy shot to hold that wide.
Yeah, right, exactly. He's holding the wide angle, expecting the run boost. That's insane. And now him and Fame just fall back into a very passive A-side setup, right? They've been running this time and time again. This time it's even better. They have the man advantage to play with.
I mean, they've been running this out of spawn. You know, they've not even been playing for mid or for long in most gun rounds. So, yeah, you add on an opening kill to that, and they are very comfortable right now. And Fame even has the room to move into the toilets while Jame can check everything. Cole, they kind of get their hand forced into this B hit. What Grim's going to do is throw this deep long smoke so Jame has no information. But will that lack of info yet again cause self-doubt for outsiders is the question. In fact, it will. Chiron's rotating out, and this is just what Cole wanted. 3 players coming in through Monster. Missed flash on the A side and no flash on the B side. So Kicken's a free kill. Traded after 1. Cole had 15 seconds to get that plant.
Floppy tries his hand at disrupting Flit. The trade found for Chiron.
Uh-oh.
Second man is very far away. Grim only just arriving now over towards Short, and they're holding for him. It comes together. They might have been a man down in it, but the 2v3's clean. Chiron running at them. Full faith in Jame to hold in that 2v1.
Yeah, and as quick as Grim's smoke on long makes Chiron rotate out of B, that's how quick he gets back to the site. Very nice play from Chiron to rush down Fang off the plant, and they knew that Grim, who just killed Fame rotating on a flank down connector, was too far away to stop that. He had to peek short. That allows Jame to go super wide on the pillar. He doesn't have to worry about Monster. There's no time for Grim to make that play. And so it's a guarantee, 100% certain on what angle Grim was coming from. And Jame does not miss the easy shots. That's what you can say about this guy. There's something to be said for that, right? Jame again.
So Complexity have been used to getting this for free. This time, James playing it, but that's actually going to give them a chance at fighting him early. The hero gun of Grim put to work. A double con hold, not something that we really had to see them worry about, but they're still ready for it. Grim, with this one gun, is delivering hope. Flit is trying to take all that hope away. Up through the connector, in with 2 quick kills. It's going to force Complexity to follow through into this double setup, but it's all Grim. It's all Grimothy. 3 in this round. He had the one gun, and he's cooking up solutions on for the ace as he finds 4. Flit in the 1v3. And he's going to try and succeed where everyone else on his team fell down. Grim on the edge of the ace to keep the lead in Cole's favor. And just Flit stands between them. And that position, Flit is not... Hello. Hello.
Hello.
He's moving in a little late here.
Oi, oi.
Makes his presence known. Moving onto the truck. Molly for long. Tap on the bomb, but there's no time for Flit here. He's going to make it an expensive round at least.
And Flit gets an ace instead.
That's
5
insane.
kills.
4 kills for Grim and the ace for Flit on the other side.
They weren't ready for that. He con-flanked, remember? He went all the way around the world. And even though he doesn't stick that bomb, even though he probably would have got sprayed off inside of the smoke, my God, 4 kills beats 5. Nice try for Flit. But Grim making a case to be crowned as the best player in his country. Unbelievable round. What a wild ride. He wants that playoff spot. But who wants it more? Who deserves it? Complexity competing when they were 8-7 down coming into the T side of Overpass. And we called Grim out. We also called Flit out. Both these players went from top of the server on Anubis to bottom after the first half of Overpass, and now they're rising back up the ranks.
And that round was just them.
Just them. Two guys hanging out, having a good time. But a better time for one. Absolutely mind-blowing. The game we're getting right now for the final Spodek spot. And again, I like these contact A plays for Cole. That round would have been a lot cleaner if not for Flit, and this time he's not even in connector. They will just walk their way up into A. JT gonna try and cause a ruckus down below. Jame flashed out, can't commit through the smoke. Two site hits at the same time. JT swaps spaces in the smoke with Fame, and Outsiders are going to save inside of B, but they don't know there's a man in there. Flit is gone. JT goes further forward, and Cole have already won the round. He's just here to break the bank. He will die. That gives an AK over, but Outsiders are not messing with this round. They will take the save, and I'll honestly be happy with it, getting out with this many guns, but still, Complexity competes. I can't believe that they are in the lead, not by one, but now two.
On the T side of Overpass as well.
Outsiders.
Against Outsiders, man.
I think they've got to be feeling the pain right now. Something needs to change. Something needs to happen. We've had multiple players walk and swap positions in that monster smoke in this map. It was heavy B executes at the start of the half for Complexity. Now these back-to-back contact A rounds. And they get so deep before the Outsiders have that info. There's so many similarities in these T sides even.
Yeah, dude, I gotta say, like, you know, early on, Jane was sticking to his guns. He was refusing to budge on playing his style, but we need him to try and get activated in some of these moments, right? It's all well and good saving the AWP for the future, but if you're never gonna fire it, what was the point in it being there in the first place?
Again, LB. It's only JT right now. Floppy's going to come from short, but look at the room he's garnered inside of this site. They're going to swing triple on the smoke, but there's a Molotov behind it, and JT picks the rifle from afar. He's looking for two, and he might just find it. The final shot connects through the wall. Floppy's followed up. It's a grouping through short. They don't know about Fame, and this 5-7 can tear through anyone. Grim left with a single point of health, and you talk about the save, Harry. Well, once again, it's all Jame can do. 4 strong on B, and his team can't hold it down. The South African smashes open Monster, and they are here to end this round and remove the AWP. Not today. You don't take James AWP, but they do take 14 first.
Yeah, look, man, if there's an AWP on the wall in Act 1, it better fire off in Act 2, or else there was no point in it being there. That's James' story right now. Save after save, but no impact. This CT AWP. And if there ever was a time for James to get a little looser, surely it's now.
And what was the adaptation that hallzerk had, right? He was having problems on CT side. He was getting timed. He was getting walked on this A site. He went down to B. He started playing Pillar. He had back-to-back multi-kill rounds on that site. Does Jame want to make moves? Does he want to be thrown into the whirlwind that is this lower site against constant contact plays? Well, you don't know which way to look. Even harder as a Cyclops. Jame. Best gun in the round.
By all measures, this is a very aggro purchase from the Outsiders, right?
Yeah.
The save from Jame has allowed for it. And actually, Complexity immediately respond with another timeout called in here. They really want to go over this. They know this is the make or break. It's not every day that you get to complete a comeback versus this team, and it's all weighted so heavily on this round right now. TC's taking the extra time to talk to the troops, make sure everyone is on the same page.
The scalps the complexity have already found in this tournament. I mean, as we've already said, they are immense.
They've just been going through the major playoff teams.
Yeah.
And now they're looking to beat, on this second map, completing a comeback, the major winners.
And it's not like you can even make the case that, oh, Chiron, the latest edition, he's falling short. He's having trouble. No, he's been at the forefront of so many of these rounds, as has Kickit on B, but still they aren't trading enough to win these lower sight rounds. And Cole know that. They go back 3 strong, smoking a molly. Again, a pace upped by Floppy. B short, never taken by outsiders. Floppy's had full reign, and James trying to force an opener again. But Grim has crept right beside. Grim's below the scope. This is Grim's kill, surely. JT's again dueling out B, and Grim goes below the AWP to find that long pick. That's going to cool the full Cole up to this top site, but Fang can't afford to die. Grim's not ready to trade him. Fame was out behind the truck. They thought they had it clear. Fame remains here, and 3-on-3. They slow down.
Oh, this is a very high-pressure moment. Complexity, outsiders. There was a minute of pause before coming into this round. It was that damn important. Complexity have pulled the brakes. They wait to see what the reaction is. They cut off the flow of info. Outsiders don't commit to this stack on upper, but actually Flitz made a very aggro move here. A very aggro move from a team that's been passive all damn half. He's pushed all the way through B, gets the info that it's not the B play, and now he's wrapping these short players. Floppy shot in the back. The penny's gonna drop now. Complexity. Outsiders know where you are. They know where you're trying to end. Someone's got to open the doors, got to carve the path. Grim is not up for the challenge, and now it's just hallzerk. 10 seconds to play with. Time is against him, and Fame locks in that all-important round when it was all on the line for the Outsiders, when Complexity was staring a win dead in the face.
They did everything they thought they needed to win that round. They picked the seemingly only A player. JT traded 1-for-1 out Monster, but Fame coming through behind the truck was the fly in the ointment. The surprise slap to Complexity's face. And just that one kill made Complexity stop in their tracks. That was their opportunity to close. You said it was a very aggressive buy by Outsiders, but it was worth every penny. hallzerk all out of bucks to give, buys an AK into an eco round. And again, Cole go back to this contact crawl, this creepy conga line, ahead of when Flick could flank. Chiron's even rotating up. Outsiders have a read.
That smoke's not ideal. JT can get ahead of that and still feel somewhat comfortable fighting here. Just gone a little too deep. Chiron and Fame are trying to take space. Trying to play aggro up close to the front of the bathrooms here. That could leave them in harm's way. Or it could be the slightly more aggressive move that Complexity are not expecting.
Yeah, that's what got them last round, and this time again, more than they bargained for. Fame finds the rifle, and he's caused problems. 2 kills, Jame from a range, Fame to finish, he will fall, but Jame, firing off everything he can to end this round, even moves in with a pistol to close it himself. 13-14, they get rid of the eco. Nice read from Outsiders. That third rotate up of Chiron. They had everyone there. They had every reason. The writing was on the wall. And Complexity, even though they have performed an unbelievable, monumental T-side comeback, what do we always say against the Outsiders? It's so hard to close. And this is why.
James throwing in the mid-molly. I haven't seen him do this yet, so I think he wants to take a bit of ownership of middle.
He's going to flash Fame in, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, this is the thing as well, right? They'll condition you for 30 rounds in a game that they're going to play this slow, grueling style, but then when they need to, they try to come through with these aggro moves.
Cole are trying to beat it to the punch, though. They're going very quick through Con, and outsiders are hoping this would have wasted time. It's really not. Cole have a lot of control despite that setup, because outsiders went all the way back into A. Kicker just 8 and 8 on B as well. He's down to 8. He's got to be very careful. And this is a round where Cole are going to look for a B execute. And Jame again may be left out of the action. Kicker's rotating up. He might just play Heaven considering he's low. Nothing wrong with that, but a smoke will come down into that position eventually.
He's full rotated on this. He's fully lent into the idea that this is the A play. Jame has called a bit of a gamble here.
Oh dear.
And it might leave them wanting as now Complexity look to sink their teeth in. Chiron, the young gun, can't withstand it. B crumbles under the weight of Complexity. They move in at the perfect moment, right as Kicker left, right as that 3-man stack was dissolved, and they reap the reward of it. 15 for Complexity after a 7-8 half in favor of the outsiders. Moving into a T side where they had to try and claw their way back in. They've managed exactly that, and now they stand just 1 round away from taking this series to a third and keeping the dream of the Katowice playoffs alive.
Yeah, what an unbelievable story, and so well earned. So many top 8 major teams died to give Complexity the berth into the Spodek. Ents out in the play-ins, Mal's removed, and Fnatic fell as well to the clutches of Complexity, and now they are just but 1 round away from playing in front of a packed-out Spodek on the other side of the world, joining Liquid as the second North American team in the playoffs, a stat we haven't had since 2018, where Cloud9 and Liquid both made it there as well. It has been so long. But this young group of ruffians in Complexity might just be within reach, Harry. Outsiders save, they always do. They put their pennies together. They forced a full buy here with all the rifles with James Orb. He is still stubbornly playing this top site despite what we're seeing out Monster for Complexity in some of these rounds. Is he going to live and die by that top site, or will he make the change that got hallzerk activated late in the game? Finally, we even see a B hit there that Flit doesn't multi-kill. Those flashes were pristine. Him and Chiron both fall with a kill between them. Not enough to hold back Complexity, and the pause is over. We're going back in, folks. This is what you've been waiting for, to find out who it will be, or if there are more rounds to play. The last game of the group stage, and we are almost there.
Yeah, James been incredibly stubborn about getting involved early. Incredibly stubborn that eventually this A play that he's been so desperately waiting for will come. This round is a little different though. Jame up close in the toilets, wanting to be just even a few meters further forward.
Oh, these nades.
Nades are gonna go in, but they'll sail on in, and Kicker brought down low.
Yet again.
Once more, a victim of this util damage. Attempt at the response. The flash landed, but no kill found. That would have alleviated a lot of the pressure here for outsiders. Instead, it's left 5v5 with Kicker coming out worse for wear. Complexity are grouping down on this lower side of the map. They've got 4 players here. And they're going to throw in this boost.
That's nice.
They throw the molly to complement it. Oh. And out in the open, Chiron is caught, the first to fall. hallzerk's running back with the bomb now. You can feel this B play taking shape. Outsiders, they've seen this one. They've seen this one countless times. They've got to repel it this time, or else Complexity are going to wash over them.
25 seconds, Kicker. Those nades put him so low. He holds the line for 1 kill, but the trades are good, and it's up to Jame. No saving here. Save the day or go home with your head in your hands. Complexity have done it. The Spodek awaits. They will take it out. They will take them down, and they will go through 16-13.
Yeah, crazy scenes from Complexity. Inferno left waiting in the wings. My word, what a comeback there. Insanely cool from JT to counteract the likes of Jame in his head. Every step of the way, it felt like a split series now.